Welcome to Encroachment Sports Talk. You know, we have been sports fans for quite a long time, some of us a little longer than others. But every once in a while, you're watching a game or you're thinking about sports and you're like, whatever happened to such and such? Like things have changed through time. Something that used to happen all the time never happens anymore. So we thought it would be a fun exercise to just go through that a little bit and talk about some things that don't happen anymore in sports. So I'm going to start. We're going to talk a little bit about some things in football. And one thing I always think about is whatever happened to the cardinal rule that they used to have as a punt returner. You stand at the 10-yard line, and if it goes over your head, you let it bounce. I swear there's people catching balls at the 6-yard line, doing a fair catch. I mean, it seems like they've forgotten about the odds of the ball bouncing in the end zone and you get it at the 20. You're taking a chance by catching it at the 6.
That's a good point.
I don't get that. You guys ever notice that?
Yeah, I have, but maybe it's the English that some of these punters are putting on it. I don't.
They are getting better, and the punt coverage team do a great job. Maybe more athletic at downing the ball at the 1. But I just think it seems like every time you catch a punt, you're downing it at the 8-yard line, and instead of taking your chance of getting to the 20. So I'd like to see my team take a chance every once in a while.
Good observation.
But speaking of which, and I think Ray Guy died this year. May he rest in peace. And he would probably roll over in his grave. Like nobody ever does the coffin corner punt anymore. Like whatever happened to kicking the ball out of bounds? I mean, maybe they don't need to do it because people are fair catching it at the 8-yard line now. You never see them punt it out of bounds. Yeah. How about the Patriots could have tried, or the who was it? The Patriots could have tried, the Jets. They could have tried punting it out of bounds a few weeks ago against the Jets when the guy took it to the house with 2 seconds ago or whatever. Yeah. So you just don't see that. Anyway, those are some observations I have. How about you, Chris?
Yeah, well, actually, it's a good segue into what I was going to talk about. My whole theory on what we're going to talk about is kind of the disappearing plays in different sports. And the one I don't see much in football, I mean, it's because of a rule change in 2018, is the kickoff return, right? For a touchdown. That used to be so freaking exciting, and it just doesn't exist anymore. So I look back at some stats, and it used to average 8 per year before the rule change in 2018. And now we've had 2 in 2021 and 3 to date in 2022. So, that whole play is gone. We know why, right? It's the injuries, concussions, protecting the players and all those kinds of things. But to me, that was one of the most exciting things in the game. And I understand why they took it out, player safety, but it's kind of a bummer because I used to love that. So the trivia question, I want to see if you both should be able to get this. If you even follow the NFL, you know this. Who holds the record for the number of TDs during a kick return?
Kickoff return?
Kickoff return.
With the gentleman, Cordero Patterson from Atlanta.
You got it.
Just shattered the record last week.
Okay, now tell me the number.
12.
No, it's under. Mark?
9.
9 is the number. 9 is the number. So
yeah,
anyway,
that was a guess. I didn't even know.
Yeah, and I said under. So anyway, I should have said over, but anyway. But anyway, so that was a fun play that I used to see much more often. It just
I mean, just to kick off, not just ones that they take to the house, but ones that they actually get past the 25. I mean, it's just they should get rid of kickoffs, or if they're going to continue kickoffs, they should kick off from the 25-yard line, right?
Yep.
It's just, I mean, years ago they moved it back to the 30, and that seemed to work, and now they moved it back up to the 35. It's just a waste of time.
It is.
It's sort of the thing where the game has outpaced, health concerns, and they should just change it. I mean, then you have the issue of how do you do an onside kick, and we can get into. I've heard some horrible suggestions of how to do away with that, but we won't get into that.
Okay, sounds good. Mark, any other ones on your end, or Jeff? What about you? I'm sure you have.
Well, you stole my thunder, man. The reason why I knew that Cordero Patterson was the answer is because that was my random discussion point. But since you already discussed that, I won't belabor that discussion point. The one that that's been more, I guess we haven't seen much, or we do see it, but I think we need to just go back to it, is on 3rd and 1, right? Football, NFL, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. What we have seen over the past 5, 6, 7 years is a lot more tendency to throw the football,
Yeah.
right? I want to see you line up in an I formation and run that ball down the middle. I just think there has been too much, and I don't have the stats, Mark, in front of me to really analyze and go, I guess, elaborately or speak elaborately on what are those percentage of plays that are run versus those that are pass on 3rd and 1 or 3rd and 2 or even 3rd and 3, because I still think that's a running down and short yardage where you can pick up that first down if you line up, get your quarterback under center, run it back, pass it off to the running back.
That's the key there. Some teams don't even go under center. They don't even have a play in their arsenal where they can line up under center, especially in college. You'll see teams that just have shotgun. They can't line up under center and take a quarterback sneak. And like the Oregon Ducks cost themselves a game, lots of games, by doing that same thing. And you know, you need a power package. Absolutely. That I don't know why it's got.
Well, and the other, I think the other factor in there is the analytics, right? This whole thing with analytics is, you know,
Oh, don't get me started on that, Chris. That's,
I know, but they're going to go for it on 4th down
onion.
anyway, right? So they're gonna try to surprise you on a 3rd and 1 with a deep bomb, and they're gonna go for it anyway now.
So speaking of analytics, here's another trend that whoever came up with this strategy just doesn't understand statistics and mathematics. And I don't know if it's happening across the league. I think it is, but whatever happened to taking the ball to start the game because you want to get a lead? What is this foolishness of, oh, they take that double dip by getting the ball last in the first quarter and first to start the second? They're two independent quarters. Getting the ball, you're not guaranteed to get it last in the first. And if you were, how about getting the ball to end the game? Wouldn't you rather have that?
Yeah.
So I'm just, these teams with great defenses who are better playing from ahead are deferring. I mean, it's okay if you have a great defense, maybe defer, but the teams that have better pass rushes and maybe don't defend against the rushes as well, they should play with the lead. Go out there and get the lead.
That's a good point. It's the Belichick rule is what's happening. Everyone wants to pretend they're Belichick because he started that.
Mathematically sound. It's like,
no, I agree with you. It's completely independent. It's like flipping a quarter.
Yeah.
You know?
And then one last football one I had was, and I think I actually had to look this up, like whatever happened in the grass. That used to be called 3 times a game. You get so frustrated, like he was not in the grass, but you know, but he could have got out. You know, they changed it. I forget when they changed it, but, and this is stupid because it's very subjective. They changed it to only call it when the quarterback safety is at risk. And how do you know his safety is at risk when he's in the grass until the guy throws him down and then hurts, you know, like,
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, but that used to happen all the time and you just don't see it. You know, you see guys like Josh Allen and Herbert, these big, strong, mobile quarterbacks, you get him by the leg and they don't call him down anymore, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but you just don't see it anymore.
Yep.